People.
Well, this week, the programme reintroduced us to Jasmine, a transgender teen who wants to live life as a boy called Jason.
Well, in a moment, we'll talk to the actress Victoria Atkin, who plays the role of Jasmine, and to Dr. Victoria Holt from Britain's only teenage gender clinic. She helped the programme makers develop the storyline. First, a look at last night's programme, Jasmine having a confrontation with her sister Jem. There's an awful lot she doesn't know there. And Victoria Atkins, we mentioned, is here along with Dr. Victoria Holt. Good morning to you both. Now, this is a big thing for you because actually, although you've been around as a character in Hollyoaks for a while, this was your first screen appearance.
Yeah, it was my first screen appearance last night. So Jasmine comes back from American summer camp and yeah, she's come back with a bit of a secret she's discovered and kind of experimented being Jason while she's away.
Yeah, well, Hollyoaks has already given the secret away.
Yes, they have.
But basically what it is that you have been struggling with your identity.
Yes.
And wish to become, or think you are,
Yeah.
a boy. So how does that translate into the
Yeah, so
programme,
well,
the
Jasmine,
plot?
obviously she's a transgender and she's obviously been born into the body of a girl, but she is she has the mindset and thinking frame of a boy. So she wants to be Jason, and Jason is the real her. That is who she is. So yeah, she's fighting against this because obviously she's the daddy's little princess. She's the youngest daughter, but she's got this inner conflict that it's not who she is.
How many people have this issue to face in their lives, really?
Well, I suppose our service works with young children and adolescents up to the age of 18 years old. What I can tell you at the moment is that we're receiving approximately about 100 referrals a year nationally. So that's 100 new young children and adolescents that would be referred per year. And that's more or less doubled over the last 3 years.
And these are people who are prepared to be open about it. Presumably there are others who are still trying to keep it secret.
Absolutely. So that's what I was sort of trying to say, was that we're hoping that eventually we will be able to have a study where we'll be able to get a better idea of exactly how many young people are sort of suffering from gender dysphoria.
It can be a very confusing time, that period of time for young people in terms of trying to determine who you are. When people come to you and say that they're conflicted and they're worried about it, what do you say to them?
Well,
and how long does it take before something can be done?
Sure. I mean, absolutely. This whole the sort of the assessment is really done in stages, and the initial assessment of young people would include them hopefully coming along to the service with their families. And initially we would like to hear from the young person about how they're feeling around their gender, as well around more generally around their life, and also hear from different family members, because often family members can often find it quite difficult to come to terms with as well, and it can be helpful for them to all have a space to explore.
And that's going to be a big issue in Hollywood, especially because Daddy is very protective of you and wants you dressed in pink.
The family, the Costellos, aren't your average family anyway. I mean, it's a soap, but the mum's an ex-wag and the dad's an ex-footballer, and so it's a very glam family, and they're always wanting Jasmine. I mean, we saw last night that their mum gets a new dress for her to wear, and it's obviously something that she wants to fight, but she's so that she wants to please her family and things all the time as well. So it's that, but we do see her struggle with it.
And she really does, doesn't she? And she says, you've come back and you've changed and we don't like the new you, is the implication.
To have to deal with that. I mean, she's 15 as well as being a transgender. She's a teenager as well. She's a transgender teenager, so...
Hard for parents too.
Yeah, absolutely hard for parents. But it can have, I mean, really dramatic and tragic consequences sometimes too, because Hilary Swank was in a film, wasn't she, a few years ago, about the true story of somebody in Texas.
Yeah, Boys Don't Cry.
Absolutely.
Who ended up being murdered.
I mean, that's the other side to this. This is a very intense and distressing condition for young people who feel that they are born in the wrong body and literally feel trapped in the wrong body. It's not often just a phase, as some people think, in the more serious presentations. And often it's also associated with depression and self-harm and also isolation, because they're often at the receiving end of a lot of bullying and harassment.
How many of those people that you talk to go on to change their lives so that they have a more positive outcome, and how many of those think actually it was just a sort of confusing time and I'm glad I talked to somebody, but I've
again,
realised I'm
that's
okay
a very
where I
good
am.
question. At the moment we don't have the exact figures, but what I would say is encourage anybody who feels that they do have confusion around their gender to come and talk about it and explore how they feel rather than keep it to themselves.
I can guess you can just see these things building up already in your first episode. There's going to be a lot of friction
There is, and like the isolation that Dr. Holt said there is a poignant part. I mean, I'm doing a lot of scenes by myself and showing that process, and I think it is a condition. It's not a phase for Jasmine. She knows she's born into the wrong body, and Hollyoaks have done a great a lot of research on this. It's a big subject to be tackling, but yeah, we're going to see for the first time in soap the process of a transgender. And hopefully it's going to be done with good justice, and the researchers are there, and I'm really excited to be forefront in it.
Well, good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
very
coming.
Thank you very much.
Victoria.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.